Between Two Wheels podcast, episode 348, folks. Today's show, will UAE figure out their team dynamics? Will Evenepoel have the legs? Does Roglic have the team to help him? And is he ready to duplicate his 2017 result on the Galibier? Jonas, is he ready to take on Tadej? And Carapaz, is he just for sprinting or is he ready for the climbs? It's episode 348, stage 4, Pinerolo to Valloire. And this is the Between Two Wheels podcast going on now.
Massive number of people have been upgrading. Yes,
there you go. You see the graceful limb that you were talking about before.
The race we've got yet again, and a victor then goes victory to an American, Andy Hampton.
The felt it go by. He looks at the Colombian rider. How are you doing?
Straight past Santiago Botero, and he's coming up to Pantani.
Armstrong is sitting in the last few hundred metres as we come towards the finish of this monumental stage. And
as we start to approach the line now, Pantani grits his teeth and accelerates and over the line.
Is going now to win stage number 15. Sepp an emotional finish from Durango in the USA. Sepp wins.
Stage 4, the Galibier surprise episode for us today. I had court all day. At a settlement conference, I thought maybe I'll be in and out. 8:30 to 2. It was quite a stretch. But here we are. We're going to talk. I couldn't just skip over what happened today. I was able to watch it, and I haven't seen any interviews since then. I just saw the stage itself, and then boom, went into court, and here we are. Okay, let's talk about it, because we're going to do a real quick overview, do the highlights and whatnot, the whole package we have, and then maybe tomorrow, depending on what tomorrow's stage looks like, I'm going to look at that just behind the scenes. Stage 5. Stage 5 has a lump, so it's going to be likely sprinters. I'll have time to recap this a little bit tomorrow, maybe. So there you go. First thing, we're doing this fantasy league thing. The descriptions are in the links are in the description here. Totally forgot to select my winner for today, and of course it's Tadej. It's who I would have selected, and of course, did he win? We'll find out. Let's take a look here. So 139 kilometers, not a long stage. You're going from Italy, going to go up the Galibier, and look, 2017. Remember this? I found it's the other side of the Galibier, but in 2017, a young rider on Jumbo got in the break. His name was Primož Roglic. He crashed in the break on the uphill, crazy. But he ends up going over the top, coming down, wins. It's his first win ever of the Tour de France stage of Primož Roglic. That was the Galibier. Here we are. We're on the Galibier again today. Can he repeat? Well, there's a breakaway that gets up the road. You got your Warren Barguils, your Stevie Williams. They're going in for KOM stuff. They're going in. There's an intermediate sprint. Mads Pedersen is in there. With the Luscano is on there for. It's hard to recognize him now that he doesn't have his Spanish championship jersey on, but Luscano is in there. They hit the Galibier, and there's a group of like 7 or 8. It's kind of back and forth between him being Luscano. Warren Barguil goes in there. You've got Jules Jensen. He's up there making some moves, but it's not going to last, right? Because behind the teams, now Carapaz, EF Education, their whole thing was, we got this sprint yesterday, we got in the yellow jersey, yay, good things for us. But then what you end up seeing is, what are they going to be able to do today? You wished it had been maybe for them a different day where they can control it for a few days on end. Carapaz goes uphill, okay, well, we'll see how well he goes up today. Today's climb is a little different than what you have yesterday, the short punchy stuff. And that could also mean differences for Jonas, who was able to hold Tadej's wheel, Evenepoel, who was clawing back to the wheel, and Roglic, who didn't have the pump and the pop that he typically does. So we have this stage. EF kind of wants the team, they want the bonus sprints to be gone. So the bonus points, because there's 8 seconds, 8, 4, and 3. I think we went over them yesterday at the top of the first climb. There's also 10, 8, and something at the bottom. Excuse me. So there's bonus points out there. EF doesn't want that. They want those to get out there, but they want the lead just to be enough so it's not detrimental to them. They still think Carapaz can have a chance onto today, and perhaps he does, perhaps he doesn't. Anyway, the breakaway is going up the road. They're fighting it out. It's really not where it is. And then the main group starts coming into the Galibier, 26.1 to go, 7.3 on the climb, and Simon Yates is already having trouble. He's got his full team around him. He's spit out the back. Tom Pidcock is spit out as well. Sorry. Did he want the team working for him? Sorry about that. But on the front, before this, you had Niels Pollitt. He was doing a lot of work. Then you had Adam Yates coming to the front. And what you started to see, we talked about this yesterday or 2 days ago, where it was kind of confusing on the UAE team strategy. And what were they going to be doing? Are they going for Tadej? Why would you not put everybody in for Tadej? It seemed ridiculous not to, but that is apparent, and there was rumors out there of that. I think they're dispelling all of them today. Matter of fact, they might have been just like holding their fire and letting the situation come to them, which is maybe even playing a little coy. But Adam Yates hits the bottom early. Remember, Adam Yates is third yesterday. Then João Almeida comes to the front. And at this point, you only have Matteo Jorgensen left for Jonas. Once again, we've talked about this multiple times. Not having Sepp Kuss there is detrimental to this team. They've had many riders there for Jonas up until this point, years and years before. What's up, Victor? Victor says, hi. Sorry about the quick show here today. Didn't give you much notice. Anyway, you only got Matteo in there, and at 6.8, he's on the front trying to do what he can. But João Almeida is putting this thing down. Now, the report on the Galibier is there's a lot of headwind coming in. So if you're on the front, you're doing a lot of work, extra work. You're able to actually reserve a little bit. If you're on the wheels, that's good. But it also, the pace is pretty nasty here. João Almeida just keeps going on the front over and over. Carapaz gets spit out. He's already got trouble. Derek G gets spit out. Then comes to the front. You have him switching off with João. You had Juan Ayuso. You also had Adam Yates up there. You had the trio at 4.5 up front, and Tadej is on the wheel. Actually, I think Tadej's on the wheel. You've got João Almeida comes up there, and then Juan Ayuso. Anyway, the point is, those guys were all doing it, and Juan Ayuso was unloading on this race. It was fantastic. Look at this. Split screen. They finally got one there. A little split screen for Carapaz. You're able to see he's back there. I don't remember seeing this, but Juan Ayuso comes to the front and is just igniting this thing. This whole group is getting just worn down. Looks like Primoz is having a little trouble. You got Rodriguez there. You had Evenepoel there. You had Juan Ayuso, Adam Yates, and João Almeida, and Tadej. And then Adam was the first one to get dropped. Enric Mas is having trouble as well. And you're still seeing João. But then at some time, getting close to the top, Matteo starts to have trouble. Out of position is Evenepoel and Roglic. João kicks it, and then 8:22 to the top. Tadej does an electrifying sprint, and right away, Jonas is able to get on him. Evenepoel looks like he's trying, but man, Tadej is just all over this. So think of this. It's almost a kilometer that he's going to try to sprint to the top here. Roglic is having trouble. João Almeida is having a little trouble. Mikel Landa's there. Juan Ayuso, Carlos Rodriguez. They're all trying to get there. They go around a little bend as far as Tadej does. He kicks it super hard, and when he does so, he's able to dislodge Jonas around one of the corners. Jonas just can't quite do it. At this point, you could see them very close, and this is when the rubber snaps. The rubber band snaps. It's halfway of the last kilometer. They're still got almost 500 meters, but Tadej just putting on the hurt, goes over the top, and see if they actually show time. So it's looking like 7 seconds when they go over the top. 7 seconds. The question right away is this something Tadej should be doing? He's sprinting over the top. Jonas is right there with him. And you have a team back there. Maybe you sit up. No, this is the plan. It was for Tadej to attack and then to barnstorm the descent. And that he does. For a long time, the gap is 8, 10 seconds. and then it starts to grow out and out 30 seconds, and then you start to see groups forming from behind. Carlos Rodriguez, Evenepoel joins the Roglic group, and then they come into the finish. Tadej Pogačar gets the win. He drills it all the way to the line, and even at the line, it's a little bit of an uphill. He still pushes it all the way there, and he gets it into the finish. Hang on. Sorry, just had my law partner jump in here and had to tell me something. Tadej goes to the finish, gets the win, and from behind you end up getting the groups coming in for the bonus seconds. Evenepoel gets second, Juan Ayuso third, Roglic right in there in fourth, and then a tad bit of a gap there to Jonas Vingegaard. Crazy, crazy day. Okay, let's go to the results here. Just break those out, and then I head home. It's been one of these long days. There's this profile for that. Okay, 8. So we got bonus seconds on today. You got an 8 and a 10 second, and 8 for Evenepoel, 4 seconds for Ayuso, 5 seconds for Jonas for over the top of the climb. But the reality is there that you put 35 seconds on these guys, on Remco, Ayuso. So going over the top, 8 seconds there to Jonas, and it just extended outward more and more and more. So the GC you got on the day, Pogačar, 45 seconds to Remco, Jonas Vingegaard at 50 seconds, Juan Ayuso at 110, Primož Roglic at 114, Carlos Rodriguez 160. So you still got somewhat bunched in here. Egan Bernal, he got spit out early. Ciccone got spit out early, and Matteo Jorgensen. So you saw an amazing ride there, and as you can probably imagine, the team classification is all UAE with, look at this, because on the day you had Ayuso in third, you had Almeida in 8th. Those 3 guys coming in there. Adam Yates still ended up 14th place at 242 back. I mean, and he did a ton of work. Let's go through a few teams, and then we'll be done for today. Alpecin, you don't expect any win from them. Matthew Van Der Poel was in the break for a while. Same with Arkea. Christian Rodriguez was their best at 726. Lutsenko lost 20 minutes. Bahrain did have Butrago up there and Pel Bilbao, but 241 and 4 minutes, losing those on the day. Cofidis, Guillaume Martin, 4 minutes. Decathlon had Felix Gall up there in that. 242 comes in. You're losing too much time, Felix. Carapaz ends up losing 5:10 along with Ben Healy. He had a real tough day. He got dropped early and suffered. Roman Gregorio, 11 minutes. Ineos, Carlos Rodriguez at 37 seconds, the top guy there. We saw that Egan Bernal and Geraint Thomas all at 2:42. Louis Meintjes, 4 minutes. Israel Primertech, here we go. Derek G loses 3:07. Once again, he's 17th on the stage. Let's see where he is. 21st overall. I did predict him outside the top 15, maybe the top 20. And kind of falling right in line with that. Little Trek, Julian Ciccone, he 241. Movie star Molberger, 4 minutes. Lotto Destiny Van Giels loses 15 minutes. He's going to be going strictly for the stages. Gregor Molberger and Enric Mas at 4:01. Their tour is done, I would imagine. Red Bull's Roglic loses 35 and still has some promise, along with Evenepoel, 35 seconds. A lot of promise left in him. DSM's Oscar Only comes in at 9:53. Jayco's Simon Yates, disappointing 4:01 down. Visa, Liesbike, Jonas, kind of a disappointing 37 seconds, and Matteo at 2:42. While Total Direct Energies, Stefan Kras, he's down there, and then UAE with the winner. Okay. Victor says, hope everyone enjoys the 4th of July holiday. Yeah, hope you do too. Okay, there is the stage today. Let's take a look at tomorrow's. Tomorrow's the 3rd. And I'm going to just set my fantasy right now for Philipsen. Okay, maybe we should just do that all together. Let's see here. TSOT, fantasy, cycling. Because this is not what I did yesterday. I forgot all about it, and so when you forget all about it and you don't do it, then you can't do it. So stage winner. See, look, I still had on the bonus. So stage 5, we're just going to leave it at Philipsen. Now I'm set for Philipsen. And how did I do today? Let's see. Stage 4. Congrats, you reached 7th. Your score was 5. Just details on that. I totally missed it with Pogačar. Well, he's on my team. I could have got double points for him. Gig. That's the way it goes. So Philipsen for tomorrow. That's the way I see it. And I should tune in for everybody again tomorrow. Maybe a little earlier. Let me see, I have court tomorrow as well. Maybe at noon. We'll try to do noon tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Hope you had a good one. Bye.
Froome now, he goes on the offensive, he goes on the attack over the top of this final climb, and nobody at the moment can go with him.
He had 75 kilometres to go, and now under the Flamme Rouge, there he is, still the virtual Maglia Rosa on the road. Who'd have thought it at the start of today? But